Hey, good evening, everyone. 10:18. We are seeing a nice end to the day, of course. I'm just switching up into the overnight period, obviously. Under the cover of darkness, temperatures working their way back, but it has been a really pleasant day. The 70s were there, low 70s, with the sunshine, getting those spring feels back. And we're seeing more days like this as we keep on and on into February. Even still holding some 50s. Orangeburg at 50, but otherwise a lot of mid and lower 50s across the region. Consistent there. Columbia right now, speaking of, we got 54. Looking out towards Lexington, some lower 50s. Saluda there with them. Go down towards north, dipping into the pool, those 40s. As is Manning and further areas into the PD now. A lot there up towards Darlington County, Florence County, more of those 40s. But otherwise, most of the Midlands still holding steady in a lot of those low 50s. And this is just going to be a slow fall back into the nighttime period where a lot of us actually only end up with a low in the mid 40s. So we see things not as cold tonight. Last night we got in the 30s. We're working up that temperature ladder. We're climbing high temperatures. That warmth keeps building. And this is something that's even more impressive tomorrow, getting into Thursday, as opposed to today, even though we're not going to get the widespread sunshine. It's still going to be there. It's just not going to be as impressive. And we're working to stay dry all the way until Friday morning. Now, here we go. We go on to the future cast here. We're keeping on. We're seeing things just really consistent with more of this dryness, sunshine, southerly winds. The perfect combo you need to get to those upper 70s into the afternoon. Yeah, clouds move in. This is going to be something that eases in eventually, and we start to see later into Wednesday. But honestly, still not too impressed with much of the cloud cover. It's still a little bit more in the way of thin, but it really starts to be on the increase for Thursday. And the only reason we're likely not going to be hitting 80, we'll get really close on Thursday, will be due to cloud cover. Now, if things start to shift a little bit in this pattern and we start to see a bit more sunshine try to break out, we can hit that 80-degree mark. It's just going to likely fall short. But either way, we're talking 2 straight days of upper 70s. We're going on forward here to end Thursday. And then here we go. Got to talk about that rain threat into your Friday, because as we see it, I stopped it here at 6 in the morning. It's likely only going to be for the morning. That's going to be the nice thing here. Obviously not for early commuters, kids heading out on the bus stop, but of course you just have to deal with the rain early, and then we'll work to see all this mess really start to be done by the early afternoon, and then it gets drier. We're going to be seeing a nice outlook into the start of the weekend, but it is going to be with a cold shot of air, unfortunately. Got to get those switch ups, you know, of course. Still see a few weather woes every now and again. As we see, 45 for tonight, mostly clear, but not as chilly. We hit the 40s for the most part as opposed to 30s. And National Gumdrop Day is what we see into Wednesday. Colorful, nice to look at. Sweet, not good for the teeth. 77, that high for Wednesday, 78 for your Thursday as clouds are on the increase. We're going to be seeing Friday, yeah, that morning rain around. Just make sure you are prepared for that. We'll, of course, remind you as we keep getting closer and closer to Friday, and then getting back to bundling up for that Saturday morning. Could see some frost before a switch up to mid-50s and sunshine.